If you're watching this video, it's probably because you want to aim for a natural birth. And today I'm going to give you 5 simple tips to have a natural birth. And we're also going to talk a little bit about what natural means to you, because I think it's really important to define it because it means something different for everyone. So let's jump in. But first, if we haven't met yet, hello, I'm Hillary. I'm the pregnancy nurse. I've been a nurse since 1997. I have 20 years of labor and delivery experience, and I am your bump to bassinet bestie who's really going to help you prepare for your upcoming hospital birth. Before we get started, please like this video. It tells YouTube that you are interested in more high quality content, and give me a follow so we can hang out for the rest of your pregnancy. Okay, first thing, what does natural mean to you? Now, I feel like it means vaginal delivery. It means no epidural, no induction, and sometimes it means a combination of all those things. But a lot of people think they're having an induction naturally without an epidural, and that's okay. So I just want you guys to understand that it means something different to everyone. And so you can't just tell your provider, I want a natural delivery, because we don't know what that means to you. So when you specify exactly what you're hoping for, it helps us accommodate you better. Okay, the first thing you can do is to prepare your cervix. Now, everyone at the end zone of pregnancy is wondering how they can go into labor that night. There really isn't anything that can do that that's considered safe, but there are things you can do in that last month of pregnancy that have been shown to help soften your cervix, make it more ready for labor. And it's nice to know that there are things that you can do to make a change. For a long time, we've just kind of felt like you just needed to live your life and hopefully your cervix would soften, but there are things you can do. Now, I have a whole video on those 4 different things, but let me give you the cliff notes. The 4 things are pumping, sexy time with your partner, eating dates, and primrose oil. Now, I'm not here to tell you that you need to do all 4 of those things. In fact, some of them you shouldn't be doing, so make sure you watch the whole video and the post that accompanies that. But there are things you can do to prepare your cervix for labor. And I think this is especially important if you end up having an induction, especially early, like if you have high blood pressure or something like that. It can prepare your cervix so that maybe you're more likely to have a vaginal delivery. Now, the second thing is not quite as simple, and it is my recommendation to use a midwife. So I'm hoping I'm catching some of you people who are early on in your pregnancy, still picking providers, or still in a spot where you could change providers if you wanted to. But studies have shown that midwives do have less interventions. That means less inductions, less C-sections, less things like that. They're more likely to kind of hang with you and see how things are going and to promote natural labor, kind of however you define it. So using a midwife is a great one. I don't think we use midwives as much as we should in the United States, so I would encourage you to check one out. I, of course, love certified nurse midwives. They deliver in the hospital, and they have tons of training. They even have a residency similar to an OB, not the same, but they can really handle low-risk births, and then they can engage an obstetrician if they find that you need that higher level of care. The third thing is to start practicing your breathing early. Now, if you have no idea what kind of labor breathing is, come join me in the online prenatal class for couples where we have a whole natural pain management video where we go over natural pain management techniques as well as breathing. Now, I don't spend hours breathing with you because it's something that you and your partner, if they want to, can do together. And I encourage you to start practicing that early. A lot of people don't even think to get in their birth class until 36 weeks. And I would encourage you to start early so that you can start practicing that breathing early, because the more you get it under your belt and the more it comes naturally to you, it's just going to be better overall. There are tons of benefits to learning this type of breathing as well, including mindfulness. Great thing to do during your kick counts. If you're in your 3rd trimester, make sure that you're starting kick counts. But labor breathing has so many benefits. Totally recommend starting early. And if you're wondering how early, I would say 32 weeks. Anytime in your 3rd trimester, you could go ahead and give it a start. Okay, here's something that I don't see a lot of people talking about, but understanding 3rd trimester testing, which can include things like an NST, a BPP, preeclampsia labs, things like cholestasis, understanding what those are as you move into the end of your pregnancy so that when you get results, you can understand how to interpret them for you and your needs. The thing is, with a lot of this testing, it's not purely black and white. You need to be induced. Now, that does happen every once in a while, but a lot of times it's just like we would recommend that you get induced, and then you kind of get to make the choice, or you decide if you can wait or if you could decide to do the labs again. Understanding 3rd trimester testing really helps as you're trying to make choices for you and prioritize what you want for your labor. It is not all black and white, but it is up to your provider to tell you, no, these results are abnormal. You might want to consider being induced. And then you go on to make the choice for yourself, either to be induced or to repeat it or whatever choice you're going to make. But when we have no idea what those tests are looking for, and then we just go on with faith with our provider, it really does us a disservice. And I've seen that a lot as a labor and delivery nurse. Okay, the final thing is to get prepared. For a lot of our moms, they just took Lamaze, but you are a strong, capable woman who really wants to make healthier choices on her own, and that requires some preparation. Now, a lot of you are going to think, I'm watching these videos on YouTube, Hillary, that's plenty. And I think that is amazing as a supplement to a high quality birth class. I really think that if you want to be a confident, capable woman in the labor room, you really need to take a birth class that goes from the very beginning of birth to the very end, so you really understand what you're doing, what interventions are happening, and how to make decisions on your own. I, of course, recommend the online prenatal class for couples. It really is the easy way to get prepared for birth. And we're going to involve your partner so that you guys are getting prepared together. And I think that is a huge win. And in that course, we have a natural pain management video that is going to help support you in both natural pain management, but then we're going to give you all the information that you need to also help you make great choices while you're in labor. So I hope you'll come join me. All right, those are the 5 things that will help you to have a natural birth. I hope you guys found them helpful. Which of these 5 things are you going to employ about your upcoming birth? If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up and follow me for the rest of your pregnancy so that we can get prepared for birth together.